Find all your favorite movies and shows faster with Xfinity. Just speak into the X1 voice remote to search across live TV, on demand, even Netflix and Prime Video. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Switch to Xfinity today and get a great offer. You'll enjoy Xfinity X1, which gives you access to your favorite streaming apps like Netflix, YouTube, and now Prime Video. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit the store today to learn more. Restrictions apply.
Fam, I'm Justin Kenny of Optimum Performance Sports here with DC Hendricks producing till 7 o'clock. Talking area high school basketball once again coming up on Saturday. We will have complete coverage of the Logansport Regional Semifinals here on ESPN Radio 1380. Northrop and Carmel at 10 a.m. Huntington North Zionsville at noon. We'll be back at Logansport if either of our area teams win at 8 p.m. for the championship. If not, and Blackhawk Christian is victorious over Gary 21st Century, Jay Prince and myself will make the trek to Triton, wherever that is, DC. I think it's west, like an hour west. We'll be at Triton for the 1A Regional Championship on Saturday night. In 2A, at North Judson, it will be the Bluffton Tigers and Westview Warriors in the semifinal at 1 p.m. Saturday. Head coach of the Bluffton Tigers joins us right now. It is Chris Benedict. Coach, how are you?
I'm good, Justin. How are you?
Not bad, Coach. It's been a while. Congratulations on a sectional title.
It has. I appreciate that. It's fun to be preparing this week and still practicing and still playing and still hearing the ball bounce in the gym. So it's a good week for Bluffton.
Coach, it was kind of a wide-open sectional. We talked about a myriad of teams, but kind of overlooked 7-win Bluffton going into sectional week. But did you guys feel confident?
Well, we did. We lost a lot of games early in the season that we kind of let get away from us. And if we get half of those games, you're at 500. If you get all those games you thought they kind of gave away a little bit, then your record kind of flips a little bit. So, our guys did a great job all year long of just staying with it, staying the course, fighting through some of those tough times. Felt confident we had played Adams Central and split with them in the season, and it's a little bit of a wild card playing Cherubusco because we don't play them in the regular season, so our guys don't know a whole lot about them. But at the same time, we knew the field was pretty much wide open. If you put two good games together in a week or get hot at the right time, that anybody can kind of come out of that. And our kids did a great job of defending both nights. And we were able to make enough plays offensively and enough free throws down the stretch to be able to win both games. So obviously happy for our guys and excited for them. But, it was a long season that we kind of just stuck it out and stayed with it. And just happy for our guys to kind of have that resiliency to stick with it.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned that Adams Central team that you played twice in the regular season, the ACAC tournament, and then just a week later were able to beat them at home. So did you, like you mentioned, played them twice. Did you feel confident in that championship game? You knew what you guys had to do against the Flying Jets?
We did. Coach McClure does a great job, and one of the best things about Adams Central is their roles are very defined. And Kevin Brown is a very, very good scorer, and he shows up every night and puts at least 18 to 20 points on the board, and you know where you're going to get points from. So everybody else then kind of falls into place a little bit. Obviously they were missing Dylan Miller, their big kid in the middle. It's been a 2-year starter, and they were missing him through an injury. But at the same time, those other guys have I talked to Coach McClure. That injury happened actually in the game that we played them, and they struggled a little bit for a while, but then they really kind of turned on towards the end of the year again and started winning consistently again. So they had some time to readjust without him being in the lineup. So we just they play that 2-3 zone, and we knew what to kind of prepare for once we got there. Our guys are familiar with them in terms of a conference team. So we felt like we played well the first time. We just didn't shoot very well, and the second time we shot much better and came out on top. And then the third time, it was just going to be one of those games of who grinds it out, who plays well in the end. And again, they made some big baskets. Landon McClish, John Irwin hit some big threes for us in the fourth quarter, and then we kind of iced it at the free throw line with Landon and Jonathan, and again got some key defensive stops along the way. So felt very confident going into that game, but at the same time, it's going to be a nip and tuck battle all the way through, and you got to execute the fourth quarter.
Coach Chris Benedict, Bluffton Tigers, joining us here on the OPS High School Coaches Show. Coach, let's talk a little bit about your team. It's a senior-dominated team. Jonathan Irwin, your leading scorer. Everett Johnson, the star running back of the football team, also a key cog for you. But this is a group, when you look at the adversity you guys went through in the regular season, you feel, man, for what they've done in the postseason, it must be a veteran squad, and it looks that way.
It is. Jonathan is obviously our guy that we look to night in and night out to provide points for us. He's a really good player, very good shooter. He's a 1,000-point scorer. His first 2 years he was at Eastbrook, and then his last 2 his junior and senior year here at Bluffton. So he's a 1,000-point scorer. So he can put the ball in the basket, and he hit big shots at big times for us in the fourth quarter. Hit free throws down the stretch in both of those games to really kind of help seal the deal. A kid that's played really solid for us all year long is Landon McClish, our point guard. He's done a really good job of kind of coming in his first year as a varsity point guard and running the show and playing a lot of minutes. He was really steady in the tournament, shot the ball extremely well. Like you said, Everett's been a guy for us that's just kind of the energized bunny, man. Whatever we need done, he kind of finds a way to get it done. He defends well, he rebounds well. He's an undersized post, but he's got such a big heart that he gets a lot of stuff done for us. The other kid that really had a good tournament that didn't probably show up in the stat book, especially in the championship game, was Gavin King. Gavin is a really athletic kid. He scored 12 against Cherubusco in the semifinals, and then didn't score in the championship game, but was the guy that had to deal with Kevin Brown all night long. And Gavin rebounded well. He got his hands on a lot of balls. He made him take tough shots, and just did a really good job of taking care of the ball for us. And then, we've got another senior in Zach Cummins that comes off the bench back for us. Gabe Eisenhut comes in off the bench as well. And then Noah Crystal, that rounds out our seniors. And then we got a really good performance out of Tanner Cooley in the championship game where Tanner's about an 8.8 rebound guy and does a really good job for us. And Brady Green's getting some consistent minutes off the bench well as a junior.
Coach, you get Westview on Saturday morning, the second game. I guess it'll be Saturday early afternoon. Charlie Yoder, Elijah Hales, 2 of the studs for Westview. What do you guys need to be ready for? Well,
they're obviously very talented, very good team. They're well-disciplined, well-coached on both ends of the floor. They're one of those teams where we had a possession tonight in practice talking about how they're going to be patient. They're a very patient team. They don't shoot a lot of bad shots, but those 2 guys are their 2 main guys, and we've got to be prepared to play against them. And we did such a really good job defensively for about a 45-second possession. We came down and shot it off the first pass, and it's like, that's going to hurt you. You got to make sure that you're efficient on the other end of the floor as well. You got to take care of the basketball. Westview's not a team that's going to beat themselves. They're going to make you make plays. They're sound defensively. Their 5 losses come to 5 4A teams that are all, at least 3 to 4 of them have been ranked all year long. So, they're a veteran squad. They're used to winning. They're a couple possessions away from a state championship run last year. So obviously they're hungry. They're very well coached, and that group's been together for a long time. And we'll have our hands full, no question, but it's something that our kids are looking forward to, and that challenge, that opportunity to be there. We're just going to have to be consistent on both ends of the floor.
Coach, we've had a couple coaches surpass that 400 win mark this year. Chris Johnson of Homestead, Craig Teagle of Huntington North did it just last weekend. You're at 396. So, if you go and win a state title, you'll get 400 for the state title. But 396 wins heading into this weekend. It's been a great career for you over 27 years. Any particular memories that pop up, maybe facing 2 of those guys in Coach Teagle and Coach Johnson?
Well, faced those guys a lot when we were in the NHC and the NE8, and I've got great respect for both of those guys. Served on the IBCA board with Coach Teagle and Coach Johnson as well, and both of those guys are great guys that do it for the right reasons and impact kids' lives, not only on the basketball court but outside of that as well. And I think that's what we all kind of go into it. You're a competitor at heart, but at the same time, you feel like you got some things that can help kids grow as people as well as players. And both those 2 guys are 2 of the finest. And it's been a long career, and I've enjoyed it. A couple different stints at different places. And I was talking to our kids after the game. I was as proud of them as I've been of any team that I've had that's advanced in the postseason, just because of the struggles they went through. There's many times that, again, like you said, Everett and Gavin, those guys are football guys. Gavin's a really good baseball guy. We got a couple really good tennis players that, you fight through adversity in the long months of the winter season, and things don't go your way. It's very easy to kind of, go the other direction there. And our guys kind of just stayed with it and found a way to persevere through some tough times and stay together as a group. And I was as proud of them as I've been of any group I've ever had.
Coach, before we let you go, your superintendent Barker, former Bluffton coach, he was superseded by Kevin Lysing before you came on board, won a fair amount of sectionals, even got to a state championship game in 2002. Do you ever have to defer to Mr. Barker if he has any suggestions for the basketball program, considering he's your boss?
Well, we would always do that. Wayne and I grew up. There was a big, long history there with Wayne and I. We grew up together, best friends, played together, played high school basketball together. So, there's no. I would be remiss if I didn't bounce ideas off of him and try to pick his brain for things that we need to be doing. Obviously, a very talented coach. And when I took the job, I told our players, I was like, look, I can't promise you you're going to have any more success than you already had. I mean, you've had an undefeated regular season with Coach Barker. You went to the state finals with Coach Barker. You won sectionals with Coach Lysing. We're going to just do our thing here and try to continue that tradition that Bluffton has, and our kids have kind of bought into that. We've had some struggles, obviously, the first couple of years I've been there, but I think we're moving in the right direction, trying to get things back on track. But, those two guys have won a lot of games and have coached against Kevin in the past as well when he was at Belmont and I was at Columbia City. So we got a lot of basketball people there at Bluffton. It's fun to bounce ideas off of them. And yes, Coach Barker wins all of those things as being my boss.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck on Saturday. Hopefully we're talking next week.
All right, sounds great. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Springtime tips and fun facts from Paul, Kristen, and Dexter at Total Wine & More.
Everybody loves honey glazed carrots. A great side dish for your springtime celebration and a delicious complement to a sweet, bright Moscato.
Wine is made in virtually every country in the world, and I'm ready to give you a tour to find the right one.
Serving lamb this season? Try it with a bold Cabernet from the trendy Paso Robles region.
Whether you're hosting or just bringing the wine, we'd love to share our always low prices and ridiculous selection this spring at Total Wine & More. Cheers!
Podcasts by Federated Media. Podcasts by Federated Media.